you should always be prepared to adjust. You can't have blinders on when you're doing jiu-jitsu. Like if you're going for a submission and it's not working and you're only focused on that submission, you don't see all the 3 or 4 other possibilities, right? Mm-hmm. So just because I have control of Emerson doesn't mean, like, okay, for instance, so if I got his head and I'm trying to go for a guillotine, right? For one thing, if I notice that he's not if he doesn't try to defend the guillotine, go ahead and pull out your, you're done. Sorry. If you're doing a technique properly and you're fully committed to the technique and the other person isn't even trying to defend, if you're doing it correctly, like correctly I mean by, there's a little bit of space for me here and I'm cinching the guillotine up. You see how I do that? I cinch and then I come over here. That's a wrap. All right? So now, let's look at what's happening here. So in this video, the guy was saying that a guillotine doesn't work in jiu-jitsu if the other person has a weapon, right? So if I'm in a position here and he's not defending and somehow maybe he doesn't have an Adam's apple or something and he can deal with the pressure of this choke and he reaches, look, and that's happening, this is the first thing I'm doing. So what is he going to do? Is he going to continue to hold his weapon or is his face going to go into the concrete? So he has to make that decision. So the video was basically, this was the video. The guy gets the front headlock and he's staying here with his hips in. Go ahead and grab the video and go ahead and just stab me out. This is what he's saying is going to happen. Yeah, he cut it. It's just ridiculous to me. I think to really get good at jiu-jitsu, you have to become hypersensitive and hyper aware of everything the person's doing. Even the smallest little movement my opponent's doing, I'm aware of it. I'm not blind to it. So like I said, if I get a super tight guillotine, are you okay to do this? You want to go ahead and reach for your, can I go for the guillotine while you go for the knife?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, ready? I'm doing it super light.
I'm not gonna,
I mean, that's like, I'm not even doing it as fast as I could. And I'm not even doing it if my adrenaline is pumped and my family and all the people that I care about that I need to get back to. There's a level of jiu-jitsu that I don't show you guys. We don't go there because it's super dangerous and you could hurt someone severely. So I don't always train that way, but in my mind, I'm always training that way, is what I'm saying. It's always about personal protection, and it's always about protecting the people that I love and that I care about, in the end. So it just really bothers me when I see these guys showing these techniques. They're like, well, I'm gonna do it this way, I'm gonna do this way. Man, I'm gonna do it that way too, because I want to survive just as much as you do. But the difference between me and you is I'm taking the time to really learn the philosophy and the ins and out of an entire art while you're just trying to focus on a small little smidgen of it, right? It's like, martial arts is grand. It's not just elbow, 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 knee, knee, knee. There's a lot behind it, right? That you have to train over and over and over and over. It's like people that study maps, right? They know all the intricacies of a map. Whenever I roll with someone, regardless of who they are, I study their map, the way they move, their tension, what they do, everything. I'm just not looking for a submission. I'm studying this human to see how they react to things, how they move. That's what we're doing here. Your goal is to understand everyone's movement and how they react. So, we just did that test. You want to do it again? So, if you don't want to do it again,